Hello again, Rustaceans. In the last video, we took a very humble coffee spreadsheet and turned it into something surprisingly powerful using a few tiny tags. Today we're going one step further. In this video, I'll show you how Codcel takes that exact same Excel file and turns it into a real Rust calculation engine. Yes, actual Rust, not Rust-flavored pseudocode. Not a macro generating macros, just Rust. And yes, for this tiny example, you could write it faster by hand and have Clippy approve it with a nod of quiet respect. But remember, this is coffee. Imagine this wasn't coffee. Imagine it was 12 worksheets, finance logic from 2017, and formulas written by someone who has since left the company and possibly the planet. That's why we're here. Let's start by opening the Codcel app. You can download it directly from Codcel.io. On first launch, we see the Welcome to Codcel screen. Let's click Next. This brings us to the Quick Start screen. Again, Next. Now we see a short explanation of how the Codcel credit system works. Nothing scary here. No surprise invoices. No YAML files. Click Next. Now Codcel asks where it should store projects locally. Click Browse. Let's create a new folder called Codcel Projects. Click Open. Perfect. Now click Save and Continue. And that's it. We're ready to go. Click Start using Codcel. Before we continue, a quick note. In the top right corner, you can change the theme. Now I know what you're thinking. Why am I installing a UI app just to generate Rust code? Where is the command line? Where is my terminal? You make a very good point. This is the alpha version of Codcel. A CLI is actively being developed for people exactly like you. You may already be lucky and able to download it from codcel.io, or you may be very early, in which case, yes, you must tolerate this extremely dangerous activity, choosing a theme. Let's switch from dark to wireframe. There, much better. It almost feels like a terminal. Almost. Now let's create our first project. Click Create. Enter the project name Coffee. Click Create Project. On first entry, Codcel shows a short guided tutorial. Step 1, Business Specifications. Click Next. Step 2, Generation Settings. Next again. Step 3, Generate Project. Next. Select Don't show this tutorial again and click Finish. Now we land on the Business Specifications page. All we need to do here is drag and drop our Excel coffee file into the box. Let's do that. Perfect. File imported successfully. As you can see, the Excel file is now part of the project. And this is important. The file is never uploaded to the cloud. It stays on your computer. All processing happens locally. Your spreadsheet remains your spreadsheet. No surprise syncs. No mysterious background uploads. No one reading your tax formulas. Now, finally, we generate Rust code. Click the hamburger menu in the top right corner. From the menu, we'll skip Generation Settings and go straight to Generate Project. Click Generate Project. This brings us to the generation screen. For non-commercial use, you can generate a Codcel Rust calculation library for free, which is great news if you just want to try Codcel or experiment locally. Let's look at what we get. First, the Codcel Rust calculation library. This contains your Excel formulas fully translated into Rust. Next, the Codcel Rust model library. This gives us our input and output structs. In our case, cost input, containing emergency tocho coffee and tip. Cost output, containing cost. We can also generate read-only tables, but this example doesn't have any. If you upgrade by clicking Buy Credits, a very subtle hint, you can use the generated code in commercial projects. You also unlock generation of a WebAssembly calculation library, a full-stack Dioxys UI, a JSON REST server, a web client, a command line interface, and an MCP server. And the best part, every single one of these generates Rust code. You will feel very much at home here. The Rust calculation library is already selected. Scroll down and click Generate. In a few seconds, Codcel generates full Rust source code that lives entirely on your computer. Nothing uploaded, nothing hidden, no black boxes. When I say full source code, I mean full source code. Let's take a quick look. Open the hamburger menu again and select Codcel Rust Model Library. This opens 3 tabs: Info, Build, and Source Code. We'll go straight to Source Code. This should look familiar. A source folder, a cargo file. We are among friends. Click Open to jump directly to the folder. You can also click Copy Path and open this in your favorite IDE to start experimenting immediately. But for now, let's stay inside Codcel. Open the cargo file. Nothing surprising here. Yes, SERDE is included. Of course it is. Now open the source folder and select model.cost.rs. Click Full Screen. The first thing you'll notice is the license comment. Non-commercial use only. In the paid version, this comment is gone and the code is licensed for commercial use. Below that, we see 2 structs, cost input and cost output. Take a moment to look at them. Notice that tip is an option. That's because in Excel we gave it a default value. This mapping is automatic. No guessing, no magic, just Rust. Doing Rust things. Now let's open the Codcel Rust calculation library. Go back to the hamburger menu and select it. Again, straight to source code. Open the cargo file. This is a bit more interesting. We depend on Codcel calculation engine, an open source Rust library on GitHub. This contains the shared Excel calculation, logic written in Rust. Nothing hidden, no proprietary core locked away. If you spot an issue or want to improve something, you can open a pull request. Yes, we might be a little crazy open sourcing this. Time will tell. But we want you to have full control over your code and help build a real community. Now open the source folder and select codcel_cost.rs. Click Full Screen. This file contains your calculation API automatically generated tests. Yes, tests generated for you. Without asking, Rustaceans everywhere shed a single tear. And that's it, from an Excel file to a fully typed Rust calculation engine in minutes. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into this code and actually run the tests. Until then, keep writing Rust. And let Codcel deal with the spreadsheets. To keep exploring Codcel, visit us anytime at codcel.io. See you in the next video.